Hi again, YouTube, and welcome to part 2 of my review of the Halo G6. I just made the decision to make this a two-part video because I needed water. um, that's another tip about vaping. Always have plenty of water on hand. Um, Electronic cigarettes, they tend to dehydrate your body quite a bit. And that took some getting used to, but like it's fine. The cure is water. There's, like that's I'm supposed to drink more water anyway. So let's get back to the Halo G6. Hmm. So I already talked about a bunch of stuff. I already talked about the battery, the cartomizer, what you get when you buy the starter kit, um, what I got, the tobacco sampler pack. So I talked about a bunch of stuff already. So this is just going to be like my overview, my my overview, my final thoughts and opinions on the Halo G6 after looking at every single component individually and how it performs and how it's been performing for me over the past 2 months. Um, so I carry these around with me everywhere I go, basically. You know, and that's pretty typical of me to have a backup with me at all times. I highly recommend that you always have a backup so that you don't run out and then you're pretty, that's a hard situation to be in, and you might want to buy a pack of smokes. But anyway, so I carry around 2 batteries and I really love these the packaging for the cartomizers because they carry 5 cartomizers. There's only 4 in there, but they're very nifty for carrying around your carts, and you can switch out flavors throughout the day and whatever. So I carry like a whole pack of these with me, and I switch out flavors whenever I want, and I love it. You know, until I finally I guess settle down. I'm not sure if I will, but until I settle down on like which ones I'm really which ones are my real favorites, and I'll probably have like a rotation of like my core favorite e-liquids, 3 carts or whatever, and then switch out whatever else. So yeah, and uh, that has made vaping very pleasant for me. I have not experienced these things dying on me and running out of battery because the batteries they're great. They last a long time. On their website, they talk about 3 things that make the Halo G6 like like the next generation of standard E6. One is their Infiniglow, that's what they call it, technology, which basically just means longer battery life. Um, the Flame Guard, this stuff is awesome. The Flame Guard, which is anti-burn filler technology, which means that your carts do not burn on you and start tasting really bad. That I love a lot because it means that I'm just getting clean, fresh tasting vapor consistently all the time, and these things do not die on me, or at least have not died on me. I mean, even if they did after like 2 months of using them, I'm like, fine. That's way longer than what I used to be doing. I'd use them. I'd use a cart once and toss it. And probably the best thing is what they call thermoflow, which is smooth flowing heated vapor. And so that's like the most important thing, right? That you're curious to know about is like, so what's the vapor like? And it's like, uh, it's really good. It really is smooth flowing heated vapor. Um, Vaping the Halo G6, it's a very consistent device. You get consistent. So, for example, with some brands of e-cigs that I've tried, after using them for like an hour or two, they start to run out really quickly, and the throat hit, the vapor, the flavor, the intensity starts to run out significantly. And I found out it's not really a battery problem as much as it is a cartomizer issue. With these, I never have that issue because I can refill them and they last a really long time. So these carts will last a long time and consistently produce thick amounts of nice tasting vapor, which I'll talk about next. Ah, okay, so again, that is Tribeca. And so just for this video, I'm gonna just talk about primarily the Tribeca because I think um, Tribeca is like a really nice starting point. There's 3 flavors that I highly recommend if you're used to analog or traditional tobacco cigarettes. The nice thing, uh, the nice thing about Halo is that they're very well known for their tobacco juices. They're tobacco e-liquids, which are like, you know, they're very good. They're very satisfying. Like they're not the same thing as a cigarette, but they kind of taste better than a cigarette. But they're like they have that something about Halo, um, which I'm going to talk about. Their tobacco e-liquids have like these sometimes earthy, sometimes like a little bit dry, ashy undertones that you notice with a lot of their tobacco liquids, like this great undertone that gives you this smoke effect, right? And then on top of that, they layer it with their flavors. I think that it's like I'm just trying to explain this. Like they layer it in the on top of the like tobacco undertones, which produces like the smoke effect. They layer it with a flavor. You know, they they give it a flavor. And so with Tribeca, I think it's like caramel and vanilla, and so it's kind of like, just like very nice sweet flavors. And then on top of that, they give it a top note. And like the top note comes out after you exhale, and it's like the aftertaste. And so with Tribeca, you get like a very sweet, nice top note, like a sweet aftertaste. So this is what I would consider a smoother, sweeter, like finer tasting tobacco, because it's primarily got like vanilla and caramel, sort of, where it's got this sweet taste, and beneath it's very thick, very good amounts of vapor. So I would say vapor production um, from this is great. Way better than anything I've ever tried before, and I can say that honestly because I haven't gotten into the bigger devices, an Ego or a mod yet. Just from my experience with standard e-cig batteries, this thing produces by far the most amount of vapor that I've tried. Um, I think part of that might come with like the manual. I noticed that I think the manual very slightly. You might be wondering which one's better, the manual or the automatic. I kind of think that the manual produces slightly like more amounts of vapor. It doesn't mean it's better than the automatic, but I just think it's a little bit more intense because you have more control over it. So I'll just show you. Yeah, and so that's the low. That's like This is standard resistance. I don't use standard resistance that much anymore. So what I have is a low resistance cartomizer filled with um, hold on, Prime 15, and Prime 15 is another one of their tobacco juices, which has become probably my favorite. I initially got Tribeca and I recommend it because it's kind of sweeter and I like it, but after a while I started to notice that I really like Prime 15. And Prime 15, it surprisingly reminds me a little bit of a Marlboro Light. if I had to compare it to something, because it's got this very dry, it's got like this dry, powerful kick. It's got great throat hit, and the vapor's amazing, and the taste itself is a little bit nutty. Like it's got this little like nutty, grainy taste with I think like just a little added hint of like cocoa. I wouldn't say chocolate, but like kind of cocoa and nutty. So that's what I think Prime 15 tastes like, and I love it. Mm. So, um, yeah, I really like this. I really like vaping Prime 15 out of a low resistance cartomizer on the G6. And so I think vapor production, throat hit, and flavor are just amazing. I think they're great and probably my favorite. The most popular, so I've heard, tobacco juice on Halo's website is Torque 56. And I was very excited about Torque 56 because of all the things I heard about it. And Torque 56 is amazing. Now, I think the only reason why Prime 15 is my most used vape is because I've already finished my bottle of Torque 56. Basically, hold on. No, that's Malibu, another really good juice. But if I can find it, yes, I've like basically already finished this bottle of Torque 56 because it's so good. Like I just love this stuff, and I'm gonna get like a 30 milliliter bottle, which looks like this. I got one of these with Tribeca in it, because I really liked Tribeca initially, but then after a while, it's like what it says on the website. It's true. Torque 56, like it just starts to get really good. A thing about e-liquid, Halo's e-liquid, is that I think after a week or maybe even just after 2 days. Like they tell you like wait 2 days before you really start trying the juices because the taste changes and like it becomes much better as it like steeps. Um and then Torque started tasting amazing. So here's Torque 56. Okay, again, if you're wondering, this is a video and the webcam quality isn't that high, so if you're trying to base your opinion on how good a e-cig like this is based off the amount of vapor coming out of my mouth, it's a little bit hard to judge. Um, just because there are like even tricks you can do to make it look better. Basically, all I'm saying is what you see on camera isn't always what you're gonna get. And so you really have to do your research. You know, don't just take a video review on itself, you know, and believe like, oh, that's the best one. This guy says it's the best. You know, really look at least a couple, you know, whatever you can find on something before you buy it. I would recommend, because that's what I did, and that's how I found Halo, which I think is a lot better than things that, you know, its predecessors that I tried. And really, it was just based off the opinions of people. You know, just the opinions of people. And again, there are a lot of great channels out there. I recommend Grim Green and P. Busardo for different opinions on e-cig products. Okay, so I think that's basically it. That's been my review of Halo, and I've had quite a bit of fun making this review. I just hope that whoever, you know, finds this video is interested in Halo, finds this video useful. Please, if you have any questions, any comments, leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you and answer any questions you might have. I will be reviewing the rest of their juices in the future. So all I got to say about the Halo G6, for a standard sized, you know, e-cig, a mini e-cig, I think these are great. You can even get them smaller than these. They have a mini size, which is approximately this length. And I think all the LEDs are blue, so you get blue. That's cool. I like blue. I got, oh, you can have like 9 colors. I got mine in jet black, and I like it because it matches the cartomizers. But anyway, check out their website. I'm not gonna try anymore to like tell you to check out the website, but I think Halo's great. I think they're awesome. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed my review. And yeah, I've said basically everything. So thank you to Halo. I really think you guys made a great product here. I recommend it to a lot of my friends, and when my friends try it, they're like, "Whoa, this is way better than like or just like, what is that? What is?" I'm like, "That's Malibu," and they're like, "Oh, I'm like on a beach." I'm like, "Damn right, you're on a beach. That's fucking pina colada." No one heard that. Anyway, so yeah, I have a lot of fun like recommending like the different flavors and e-liquids from Halo, and I really get a kick out of just seeing people's reactions after they try it, because I do believe that this thing is on just a higher level, higher standard of what you might be getting if you're just going with like the main name brands or things you might buy off the street or just things that are hyped up. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review and my future videos. All right, take care.